السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره ونستعين به جل وعلا ونستغفره ونستغيثه ونعوذ به سبحانه وتعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمدا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم عبده ورسوله أرسله الله تبارك وتعالى بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على دين كله ولو كره الكافرون. اللهم فصل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الأمين وعلى ساداتنا أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين، ورضي الله عن صحابته المحسنين المخلصين المتقين، وأن معهم وبهم ولهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. أما بعد، عباد الله، اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. اتقوا الله فيما أمر وانتهوا عما نهى عنه وزجر. Muslims, we live in the age when our numbers are so great as it has never been in history. And at the same time, we live in the age when the way Muslims today, the way they are humiliated, it has never happened in the history since the moment the deen has been established. If you look what is happening today in Syria, in Palestine, in Libya, in Myanmar, in China with the Uyghur Muslims, we will see how humiliated Muslims today. And in fact, we don't have to look too far. We can look right here in Cape Town, in the areas which is known as Cape Flats. We know and we are aware what is happening today, right now, in this moment in Manenberg, in Hanover Park. We are all aware what is happening today in Delta. And we see, and we always aware the tragedy of the people of Blickersdorf. And we see today that Muslims are suffering, and every day, on a daily basis, Muslim lives are in danger. In Palestine, in danger from the Zionists. In Syria, from the Russian bombs. Here in the Cape Flats, from the gang shootings. We are so great in numbers, and we are so humiliated in our state. And what it means, that something is done wrong. It means that we must go back to Quran and Sunnah and see, for Allah to guide us, how to live this state of humiliation. And Allah says in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا. Allah says, and hold fast to the rope of Allah and don't be divided. And in interpretation, in the tafsir of this ayah, Imam al-Qurtubi rahimahullah says that the meaning of this is that Allah orders us to be united, and He forbids to be separated, because separation is the disaster, and the unity, in it there is a salvation. So we can see that Allah commands unity, and He forbids separation. What it means that what we say, we must be united, it's not just a slogan, it's not just a nice word to say, it is something what is obligatory. And the separation, it is something what is forbidden. It means that unity is wajib, and the separation is haram. When we say something is wajib, the meaning of it is ما يثاب على فعله ويعاقب على تركه. If it is done, we deserve reward. And if we leave it, and we abandon it, it means we deserve punishment from Allah. And when we say something is haram, it means that if it is done, we deserve punishment from Allah. But if we avoid it consciously, we deserve reward. And when we speak about punishment and reward, yes, we speak about the reward and punishment in Akhirah. But at the same time, we know that sometimes Allah sends us hardships already in this world. Allah can send a reminder to a one person individually. He can remind a person to go back to the deen by means of poverty, by means of sickness, by means of other losses. And in the same way, we should read what is happening as the reminder for Allah to rectify something which has been done wrong, which is state of disunity, state of being separated. We must all leave the separation and unite for the sake of Allah. And then the help from Allah will come. As it is narrated from the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said, Ayyadullahi ma'al jama'ah. The meaning of which is that the protection and the defense from Allah is His jama'ah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, منيبين إليه واتقوه وأقيموا الصلاة ولا تكونوا من المشركين من الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون. And in this ayah, Allah says that it's not enough just to be a member of some group. And it does not matter what this group is united upon, whether it's geographical, whether they're united around one particular mosque, or one particular country, or one particular sheikh and teacher. No, we must be all in Jama'ah, and every Jama'ah must be a part of Ummah. Muslims cannot be individual Muslim and private Muslim, but at the same time, no Muslim can be a sectarian Muslim who is only aware and concerned what is happening in his small area and has no concern for the Muslims around him. And why unity of Ummah, not only unity of Jama'ah, unity of Ummah is so important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, كنتم خير الأمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. You were the best Ummah who were brought to people. And then Allah describes this Ummah with the three qualities: commanding the right, forbidding the wrong, and believing in Allah. And in another ayat, Allah says, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this ummah wasata. The meaning of wasat is adl. Allah made this ummah just, because the Sharia is the pure justice, and the Quran and Sunnah is haq, and everything what contradicts this is batil, is falsehood. And thanks to what we are given, we are the witnesses over the people. لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ. It is given to us so we could show the rest of the humanity the true path. وَيَكُونُ رَسُولٌ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. And the Rasul is the witness over us. He is the witness over us in this world and in the next and beyond the Qiyamah. And the same as for humanity. We will be witnessing against other people on the day of Qiyamah, but already in this dunya, it is our obligation to show the humanity right path and to establish what is right and remove what is wrong. We are the best ummah, and it is our obligation to make this world a better place. And for this world to be a better place, we must be united. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. For us, in every matter to arrive to correct judgment, we must understand the history which comes before. We can now understand what's happening in this country, in South Africa, if we won't consider what happened in the times of apartheid. We will never be able to understand what happened and why apartheid happened if you won't understand the history of colonialism before. And you can't understand why suddenly West started colonizing the world if you won't understand what has happened in this time in the West, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, we can't understand the history of humanity if you won't go back to the beginning of the matter. And the more far we go in history, the more deep understanding we get. And for us as Muslims, we know the beginning of the matter very well. The beginning of the matter was Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. When your Lord said to angels, I am intending to establish a Khalifa on the earth. And this tafsir, and this ayat has two interpretations, two major interpretations. First, the meaning of the Khalifa, and the literal meaning is the representative, successor, refers to humanity being a successor of the jinns. Because before Sayyidina Adam was placed on the earth has been inhabited by jinns. And jinns were creating corruption on the earth, killing each other. And as a result, Allah sent angels who were headed by Iblis, which has happened before creation of Adam, before he refused to prostrate to Sayyidina Adam, and before he became a kafir. The angels, led by Iblis, went and removed all the jinn from the earth to the outskirts, such as the mountains, rivers, forests, the places which are preoccupied by many jinns till now, which is the first interpretation of the meaning of the Khalifa, that the human race became the successor of the jinn race on the earth. However, there is also second interpretation of the meaning that human being is the Khalifa on the earth, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala established human race so they would represent Him in establishing the justice on the earth. In other words, whenever injustice happens today, Allah is not sending the angels, Allah is not intervening directly. Rather, it's the responsibility of the people to establish what is just and what is correct. Allah is the representative. Human being is the representative of Allah, and He must judge between the people according to what is right. Allah says in the Quran, لَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَنزَلْنَا مَعَهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْمِيزَانَ لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ. And we have sent the messengers with the clear signs, and we revealed with them book and the scales. For what? For what reason? لِيَقُومُ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ. So people would stand according to what is just. Justice in everything. Justice in what we know in Arabic is called mu'amalat, the transaction between the people. And we see today when the deen is not established, the transactions are not right. They are not right in economics, which is paralyzed and infected with riba. It is not correct. Transaction is not correct in a family life. When the family is being abolished and the corruption is widespread and accepted as a norm. And Allah also says in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I have created jinn and I created people so they could worship me. For the purpose of worshiping me. And in this ayah, Allah placed jinn before the people because they were created first. And we all know that human race and the jinn, they share some attributes. They both created to worship Allah. We know that the jinn, they also born and they die. We also know that among them there are male and female, among them there are young and old, among them there are kafir and Muslim, righteous and fasiq, and we also know that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited Quran and taught Quran to the jinns, which means that among the jinns there are some of those who do what is halal and some of those who do what is haram. And this is something what is common between us and the jinn. However, if you look at some ayats, you will see that in certain ayats Allah mentions human race alone and it doesn't mention jinn. When we say, إِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. Khalifa here is refers to Sayyidina Adam, who was a human being, not a jinn. It is the human being, not the jinn, are established in the Khalifa on the earth. And in other ayat which we have just recited, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلَنَا بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَنزَلْنَا مَعَهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْمِيزَانَ لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ. So the people would stand according to what is right and what is just. People, not jinns. So we see there is something which is specific feature of human race. to establish the deen, to establish what is right. It is for responsibility of people, not the responsibility of the jinn. And in other ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا. That amana, the trust, it has been offered to the heavens, to the earth, and to the mountain. However, they refused. وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانِ. The human being, insan, accepted this responsibility. إِنَّهُ كَانَ ظَلُومًا جَهُولًا. He is ظلوم, unjust, because he doesn't do justice to this responsibility, and he is jahul. He is ignorant and unaware what this responsibilities implies. And this responsibilities is the deen of Islam. It is the Sharia, and it is the responsibility, what is known as taklif. The person becomes mukallaf. He is responsible to Allah for everything what he does. And this is the great trust and responsibility, and it is the great trust which honors us. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَكَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We have indeed honored the offspring of Adam. And this is our situation as Muslims. It's either we are united and we establish what is right, and then we are the best of the ummahs, or we are separated and we are humiliated, and then we are in the worst of the states. And that's the situation of us as the human beings, as the descendants of Nabi Adam. It's either we fulfill our responsibility and we establish the justice by means of Quran and Sunnah, which has been revealed to us, or we allow the corruption and injustice happen on the earth, and then we see how human beings turn to be worse than the animals. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite our ranks. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite our hearts. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite the Muslims of the city. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite the Muslims of this country. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to unite the Muslims of the world. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to illuminate this world with the light of Islam and make us the beacons of this light. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الراشدين المهتدين سادتنا أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر الصحابة أجمعين خصوصا الأنصار منهم والمهاجرين وعن التابعين والتابع التابعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين واخذل الكفر والكافرين وانصر المجاهدين في سبيلك واجعل كلمتك هي العليا وكلمة الكفر هي السفلى. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله.